Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing this morning?
We're doing great.
Good.
Great. Congratulations on being both number 1 and number 2 in the world music charts.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm going to start with Paul. Paul, just please talk about the new CD Act 2.
Well, Act 2 is basically the sequel to our first album, which thankfully was a massive hit for us here in America. Act 2 comprises of a number of songs from the show that basically didn't get into the first CD. Obviously, when you're putting together an album, it's very hard to comprise it with everything in the show, so we decided we'd split it up into 2. And thankfully also there's going to be a couple of new songs on that CD, such as Danny Boy. We do a lovely version of Danny Boy, if I do say so myself. And we also have a couple of other songs that you won't see in the you won't have seen on the PBS show or on the first album. So basically it's a continuation of what we released already.
Keith, can you tell us what we can expect on tour? Any surprises, anything different than the PBS show?
Yeah, well, what you get with the PBS show is the condensed version of the live thing. You know, you're not going to get the whole thing on the TV. Like, on the show, on the night, you're going to get the full set, the full band, all the string section, the works, and also on the live show, you're in the theatre, you get the whole live experience with the lights, the smoke going through the crowd. And also we have a bit of fun with the audience, and also there'll be lots more songs which aren't on the TV show.
And George, can you please, I guess as best as you can, describe the Celtic Thunder sound?
I would say it's got both concepts, you could say. You know, there's a melodic sound there, there's a full sad sound comes through for it. I mean, you could hear a pin drop at some points, I'm sure. In other parts of the show, you'll hear an explosion of sound with the 5 voices coming together in an anthem, as you could even say, for the young Damien pristine voice of the old gravelly voice of my own. And I think you're going to... There's going to be something in each voice, totally, to please every ear, I would imagine.
Most definitely. And then, Damien, you're the youngest member. Does that affect the group dynamic in any way, or how does that affect the way you get along with the rest of the guys?
Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't really affect how I get on with the guys at all now, to be honest. It's great fun, and I just enjoy the crack, of course, and you can't really beat it, to be honest. You know, you're afraid if you join a group that there might be like somebody that's on there that could disrupt friends and stuff, but everybody gets along great, and it's just great fun, really. I enjoy it a lot.
Great. And Ryan, can you please explain how you entered the group, how your trial went, and basically how the whole group formed, if you could?
Yeah, basically, I mean, the whole concept of Celtic Thunder came together from our producer, Sharon Brown, who got together with musical director Phil Coulter, and she had this concept of having 5 guys who, I suppose, represented what she saw as Celtic men, I suppose.
Good-looking guys.
Very much so, George. Very good-looking guys, yeah. I don't know why she ended up with us, but that's what happened. Picked the wrong guys.
It was dark in there.
But basically, she held an audition process. I mean, the length and breadth of Ireland and Scotland as well. We all auditioned. We all sang our wee hearts out, as we say, and ended up the 5 of us come together. So, I mean, it's a unique sound. It's a sound we didn't sort of... I suppose when the 5 of us came together, we didn't know whether it was going to work. The harmonies work together, but it has, and it's a joy to sing these solo songs together, but along with the 4 guys as well. It's real fun.
Great. And then I guess out of any of you guys, can anybody describe any influences on the band or on your careers thus far?
Well, I suppose with all of us, I suppose working with Phil Coulter for ourselves, I know for a lot of us it was maybe a big pull for coming, to do the auditions and do the show in the first place. I mean, Phil's a living legend back home as a songwriter and as a performer, and to know that we're singing Phil's songs in the show for some of the songs, and songs that Phil has written originally for the show. I mean, it's a joy to do those.
Do you have any specific musicians that you're influenced by?
I think, like, for all of us, we've all a lot of different backgrounds. Paul being more classical, George being a folk artist, and myself being a writer, and like it's just we've all different artists. Like I sing a song by Paul Brady in the show, which is sort of like a heartfelt song about the troubles back home, so it means a lot for me to sing it. And also I sing a song which my father taught me when I was like 12 years old, The Mountains of Mourne. So like we all have our own piece in the show, and we all give a bit of our own personality that shines through,
And I think it's fair to say that all the songs that we sing, we're all touched by the kind of Celtic kind of folk background. It's something we've all, through our parents, have grown up with also.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Enjoyed and continued success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks very much. Thanks.